Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to review Nobody, so let's review some shit. Nobody is the new John Wick style movie. You know, if you haven't had enough of them, John Wick, there's 3 of them, so why not have another one? It's the John Wick style story of an older gentleman who pretty much just snaps, I guess, and was once a psycho killer or the guy that was brought in to get rid of people that the government didn't want. And he was just kind of tired of living a normal, boring life. And yeah, he just kind of goes off the rockers and he's like, I'm gonna go punch some Russians in the face.
What are you doing here, old man? I'm gonna fuck you up.
John Wick, right? Just go punch some Russians in the face, and then all of a sudden you have an entire movie. So it's not saying to actually go do that, but to make a good movie, apparently that's all you have to do. It's a fantastic action movie with Bob Odenkirk, best known for Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. He was also a comedy writer for years for SNL, but I don't think anyone really knew or cared about that. I saw Calling Saul. Man, that's a really hard one to get off the tongue. I never saw it, but everyone says that's where he really got his acting chops. So to me, I'm like, okay, that's still not an action genre, but if that's where he kind of shows where he's more emotional and less of a comedian and just overall comedy. The good part about him being a comic is in this movie, it's a nice little add-on. It's a very dark tale, and there's a lot of little comic reliefs that he triggers better than I think any other actor would, because it's almost put there not to be funny, but it is funny. So there's a part where he's yelling about a kitty cat bracelet that was stolen, and it's like his action is not funny. Like, he's not pretending to be funny. He is screaming at a guy with a gun. Holy crap, and the action in it was crazy. But there's something funny about an old man yelling about a kitty cat bracelet.
Me the goddamn kitty cat bracelet!
When it comes to the overall plot, I enjoyed it. It's kind of rinse and repeat. It really reminded me of John Wick meets Red. That's a 2010 movie with Bruce Willis, if you haven't seen it. It's all about another spy and him falling in love with a girl, and it's more comedy than this one, but I was like, if you put those two together, it's the same movie. Going back to the fact that he's a crazy man and just snaps out of the blue and is just tired with day-to-day life, that was something that I had to argue with, like, near the end of the movie, where I'm like, am I supposed to be cheering this guy on? Like, he's actually a really bad guy. Like, he's done bad things. Don't get me wrong, he wanted to live like, you know, the suburban family, wife, kids life, and it's like, oh, settle down. But at the same time, like, he murdered a lot of people. Like, not even considering the movie, like, he just talks about all the people that he murdered at one point. So I'm kind of there like, do I want this psychopath to win? But he's fighting another psychopath, so like, which psychopath do I prefer? I guess that's the dilemma of the movie. Maybe the lesson? Don't know. Is it a Disney show? Something I think they do great in this movie that most movies don't do is they let him get his ass kicked. That needs to happen more often. Action heroes are like, I am the Terminator, and just punch them in the face, punch them in the face, punch them in the face, and they don't move. This movie does a really good job at reminding people that after someone's out of retirement for so long, they're not just gonna immediately be good at shit again. You know what I mean? Like, everyone can ride a bike. Yeah, they can, but if you haven't ridden a bike in 35 years and you're just gonna hop on and go down like the biggest mountain you can find, you're probably gonna get hurt. And they did a really good job with this, literally just showing him get his ass kicked. They show an entire scene which kind of monologues and changed the whole storyline of the overall show. But it was like he gets his ass kicked and you're like, oh, yeah, he's still just human. And like even a couple like stabs and gun wounds, but then it's like, oh, he gets up. And that's what really, to me, makes a good action movie / hero. There are a couple other actors. To be honest, the family just wasn't important. Like, they needed to show more of the story, but the actors, actresses, like, I just didn't care. I didn't even really pay attention to what they were saying. I just knew that for some reason that they slept with pillows in between them in the bed. And that was just like, okay, well, maybe you should go back to being a psychopath. Like, I don't know. But there is a couple of good actors, like the RZA's in it. He's mostly a voice on a radio, but he does appear at some point. So honestly, like, I liked hearing RZA on the radio when he's rapping, so it's a good touch for the movie. There's also Christopher Lloyd, who is best known for the Back to the Future movies. And he doesn't really show up too much anymore. I know he did a couple of small roles lately, but he's in it and he plays the father, and he just plays another psychopath, but like an awesome one. Like the guy that's sitting in the chair watching cowboy movies, also holding a shotgun. Pretty classic. I'm gonna give this movie an 8 out of 10. It's a great action movie. If you like the John Wick, Red style, general action movie with a little bit of comedy, then there's no reason for you not to enjoy this one. So if you're into that, you should go check it out. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. And thanks for reviewing some shit with me.